which is so exciting. Himani, I am so stoked to be live with you, to be exploring what you're such a genius at, which is what I've learned from you is how well you do organic marketing. I mean, if there's like a queen of organic marketing, you like have that title. I'm curious to hear from you. Why do you think organic marketing works so well? Because I've tried both. I've tried paid ads, which works, and I've also tried organic, which works. But what I find is organic converts so much. Like when I have a strong relationship with someone, it converts so easy as opposed to like the paid ads to a cold audience, etc. And you have such a unique approach to it. Can you break down a little bit of what that like process is?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on here, Sean. It's been such a pleasure being speaking in your Abundance Now Summit. I think it's a genius. The light, the whole, the speaker line. It's really amazing, and I'm really blessed to be a part of it. And thank you for putting it together for us. And to answer your question, I mean, I have tried a lot of things. I burnt a lot of money on Facebook ads. I learned them professionally at one point in time, even before I officially entered into the online industry 7 years ago. Organic is so good, because we have facilitated it with technology and automation. You know about the secret tools that we use now. So that's really, really helped us buy back our time and make the process really streamlined. The main reason, once you get the knack of it, once you get past the beast called algorithm and you're no more dependent upon that whole thing, what happens is, if you do it right, anything, if you do it right, now what happens is you're able to build one-on-one connection with people. You're able to customize even your first outreach message, and you're able to start a conversation inside of DMs. And I think that's the only place in the world of internet where you can have a two-way, meaningful, personalized, customized, as warm a conversation, as nurturing a conversation as you possibly could with your people. And that's why for us, the open rates can go up to 70-80% sometimes if you do it right. So I mean, nothing else works like that, isn't
Okay,
it?
wait a minute, because that's an insane number. 80% open rate. I mean, I know people who send emails out, who do chatbots. I mean, they do so many different things. They do cold calling, and 80% would be like a dream. It's almost like a unicorn.
Yeah.
You mentioned something in your session, which is like just to get super clear, you spoke for about 30 minutes at our Abundance Now 2024 Coaches Summit, breaking down this entire process. And people can actually get free access, which we'll talk about in a second, to that and 75 other masterclasses. But in your session, you said something that I don't think I've ever heard from anyone else before, and it's cold DMs don't actually exist. Can you break down what you mean by that?
Yeah, you got the real juicy part into this little live that we're having today. Absolutely. Guys, something to note of. This is a myth. There is nothing called cold DMs. It is nothing more than a marketing gimmick from these so-called pseudo coaches, because they're trying to grab you in by telling you, oh, we're going to get you help achieve result XYZ, without doing sales pages, without doing sales calls, without doing cold, all the jazz. There is nothing called cold DMs. Why? It's very simple. DMs is just DMs. It's just direct messaging. That's it. Full stop. It starts there. It ends there. It's conversation. It's up to you what you do of it. You can make it super warm. You can make it spammy. You can make it cold. You can make it fiery hot. That's up to you. What is cold? What is cold, guys? Cold is people, not the messaging. Messaging is just verbiage. Cold is people, because they don't know about you. They don't know enough about you. They don't know what they want. That's the piece that's cold. And your job is to learn how to put together the nice string of words to make them warmer to you, and get attracted to you. That's all that there is. That's cold and DMs.
Yeah, because I want to repeat this. This is such a mind-shifting perspective, especially in today's market where all the gurus are saying cold DMs don't work. Cold is a term used for people in your relationship to people, not to messages. You can use messaging or DMs as a tactic, but the person, how do you use that to warm up the person or to make them fiery hot, excited to strike, excited to pull their credit card and like make a payment? I loved that breakdown you did in your session, and you go really deep into it. So there's three things that I love about your process, and it's that it's easy, it's natural, and my favorite one is it can be automated. How cool is that? Where like I've used your system and I've used some of your secret tools, and what's so exciting is I set it up, I leave, I come back, and then it's like, oh my gosh, all this activity has been done, and people have been added as friends, and I have conversations started, and people are excited about what I do, and they're asking for my stuff. And I just walked away and came back. Like it's almost like magic. So if you're looking for an easy, natural, and automated process to leverage organic strategies in your organic market and really increase your conversions, you're going to want to see Himani's session.
Ooh, sounds brilliant. Sounds so good. Thank you. Because it's like when you're dating, today you may be spouses and you may be the best friends and you may have a relationship going on and everything going on really well for you with that person. But on day one, were they cold to you? Were they hot to you? Were they warm to you? Were they kind to you? Were they polite to you? Were they what to you? On day one, what was going on? Anyone? So all I'm saying is that's the point I'm trying to make. Sean says, he says that he's never heard of this terminology. He says, you are so right. Messages cannot be cold because they are the fastest way, the fastest medium to turn your cold people. People will be cold on day one, which is a given. They are the fastest means to turn those cold people into warm, into even hot fans of yours. My inbox is filled with die-hard fans when I'm running my campaigns. But when I run my group automations, when I run my Facebook group automations, I'm not doing that right now. My inbox is filled up with testimonials on a daily basis, 100% hands-free. There's a whole technology to it. I find messaging in DMs the most absolutely incredibly effective. I'm going to talk about it a little bit because that's the only two-way communication where you can have a real conversation with a human, and also I use that as a qualifier. Okay, and then they should very quickly turn into your paid client. My gosh, my Zoom room is on fire. How's everybody doing today? So we will cover very broadly speaking, we will cover the outrageously easy way to sign up high ticket clients. When I say high ticket clients, it could mean anything for any one of you. Different people will be at different points in their journey. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're selling, it works for even high ticket, works the best for high ticket. How to always show up as an expert, as a trusted authority right from your first message. It's so critically important, guys. And how to always meet with pre-sold buyers, how to always meet with aligned clients in the fastest, in the shortest span of time in those calls. Now, a lot of you will tell me, Himani, I don't like those calls. Hang on, write all your questions down. We'll have a Q&A session at the end. We'll have a bonus. Okay, guys, I am the founder of Persuasive, not persuasive, but Persuasive sales methodology that I'm very proud of. And I empower coaches like yourself, people with a beautiful, powerful message to share with the world. I help you build sales conversion components that you can build and add into your coaching businesses in addition to what you already have. I'm sorry for the typos and stuff that I'm just seeing right now. Those pieces that nurture your people supersonically, unimaginably fast, and a lot of fun for them to go through because sales is all about other people. And it helps you automatically land up pre-sold clients who are fully aligned with you. This whole thing works in tandem with each other, all the components, not in isolation. So I told you we'll talk about 10 things. The first one, how to open conversations as an expert and trusted authority better than Tony Robbins. Who is excited to know more about this? How to always open, let me know in the comments, raise your hands, give me a big smile. How do you do it? Guys, what happens is your first message is where it's all at, your starting point. So what does this mean? There's a big opportunity waiting for you to encash out there, which you're not doing, because we're going to break it down step by step. Okay. There are things that you can do that are Tony Robbins. When I say Tony Robbins, any of the influencers, any of the big names with people with big following cannot even imagine, begin, hire, outsource to do that you can do. Can a Tony Robbins hire a team of 5,000 people who can start messaging you inside your DMs? Is it even possible? Yes or no? Do you have an edge over them? Because you have a much smaller audience, all of us. Even if you have an audience of 1,000 people who sign up for your workshop, 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, it's very easy today to kind of stay in touch with them and stay on top of them. And that's where the game is. Okay, anybody? Okay, so what we're going to do is, in order to establish this, how to always show up as an expert, we're going to have just two simple buckets, simple filters. So the two simple buckets of filters that we're going to put these people through. We do a lot more inside a mastermind, but for now, for this workshop, just going to keep it very, very basic, very, very simple. Just want to keep it moving. So is it okay for me to say that if your messages establish you as an expert, then they are good to go. And if they keep the conversation moving, then they are good to go. Just those two things. Can we put all the messages? We're going to do a little fun exercise, and we're going to look at certain styles of messages that I see being sent my way all the damn time. And we're going to just put them through these two lenses. Do they establish you or that person as an expert or not? And is that message good to go? And whether it keeps the conversation moving, or does it clip off the conversation and it stops right there and you lose the lead. And then you look for someone else and someone else and someone else. Yeah, is that good? Are those two like pretty decent, good parameters? Kim is happy with those two. And the only caveat is you cannot sell. You cannot sell from the first through the last message. Even if it's a string of 15 messages, 30 messages, I don't care. You cannot sell. You cannot tell them anything which is pitchy. Is that good? Anybody here who loves to pitch all the time? Anybody here? We'll change that for you, because this workshop is for you also. Anybody here who wants me to switch around some things, let me know now. This is your time. Can you give them stuff for free? Okay. You can give stuff for free. That's not pitching at all. So I'll show you how to do that. Of course, you'll give stuff for free. You'll invite them, but the tonality, the verbiage, the way you put out your message should not sound like you're selling something. Is that good, Brenda? Do you get the difference between the two? And I'm going to give you examples, okay? And if you still have questions, bring them over. So we're going to go through some examples of different people, their DMs, the messaging. We start with the first conversation, the first message, because I think the first message breaks it, or, it breaks it or makes it for us. Very, 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 very important. I see people losing out on their potential clients right from the first message itself. So is it okay if we do a little bit of role play? This kind of a messaging, maybe, perhaps, because there are all kinds of people in this room, lots of you watching the replay, it may happen that some of you are using some of this stuff. I'm putting out a little disclaimer. It may call out, with all my good heart here, it may call out some of you, because a lot of us don't know what to say. So then what we end up doing is picking up scripts from this guru and this lead magnet. Oh, I'm sharing, these 15 lead magnets, and they have generated $60,000 for me, $100 million for me, whatever crap that they put out. It's not crap, because they may use it, but it will not work for you. And we'll talk about it, why that stuff will not work for you. But then when you use it, it makes your message sound as spammy. If you want to master the skill set, okay, what I teach and what I stand for, guys, is how to master the skill of converting whatever X number of people that you have in your audience and up that conversion number by at least 5 times. What that means is, if you're working with, let's say I have this workshop and I have 100 people sign up for it, then how do I get the maximum conversions and get people to show up and that's also a conversion. How do I get, I have done so many things to get people to show up for this workshop. You have no idea. So I'm going to take you through that. So if you stay with me, I'm converting them in multiple ways at multiple points to get them to move together with me, no matter how old they are with me, no matter how new they are to me in my world. And that makes all the difference. So the goal is to teach you, to show you, is to give you a glimpse of how to convert whatever number of your people, how to always increase, maximize the conversion of the X number of people that you have, rather than always running out to find new people, a fresh batch of people. Once you master this art of conversion and closing clients, and imagine now when you bring in the fresh batch of people, what is going to happen to them? You don't have to always chase new people and try to start over. Make sense? That's the broad premise of my work that I practice and I teach inside my programs. Okay, so this will call you out just a little bit. So giving you a little heads up. I hope everybody will be good with this. So we'll go over a couple of examples. I have generalized these. I'm not writing the whole message here, but as an example, your starting point when you make the first connect, how many of you, be very honest, and I love you all. I know most of you inside my Zoom room, very safe environment, feel very vulnerable, ask questions, because only when you understand what is it that you're doing wrong, will you be open to then try out something else, right? Otherwise, you'll keep doing the same thing, and keep getting the same results. Make sense? So a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I found you. We've got 200 mutual friends. And I was wondering that how come we have never connected? How many of you start off your conversation that way? There's nothing wrong with that. But then let's analyze what happens next. It's all about, Monica, thank you for your honesty. Really, really appreciate it, and welcome in. And then someone says, oh, I love your content. Most of it is shit. Honestly, most of it is shit. They have not checked you out like one bit. Oh, I love your content. You're doing such amazing work. And then something about themselves. This is what I do. Can I help you with this? All of that. Found you.
Hey, Himani,
Exactly. Yeah.
I got another good one for you. The birthday wishes.
What's that?
The birthday wish messages. And some of them are from people that I haven't spoken to since they sent me the message last year. And it's the same exact birthday message.
Well, yeah, I was so stupid. I actually realized they use this extension and they have this same message, which gets rolled out every day, every year, and so on and so forth. They don't even know who you are. How is that going to help them in their case or your case, or help them get business from you, or, get any help, or be of any help to you? I don't even understand anymore. How many times it happens. This is the piece I want you to really reflect back in. Wherever you're responding to them on a post, inside a group or something, or inside your messenger, either which way, when you start and send out the first message, or you put that first comment, does it keep moving, or does it get dead? Like you don't know what to do next? Very, very important question, because remember our two lenses. It should establish you as an expert, and it should keep the conversation moving. DM to start the conversation, and nothing. Exactly. Nothing happens after that. That's my point. Anything that is stopping the flow of conversation is a no, because then you've lost that person. And I'll give you examples. So then my question is, when you do any of those things that I just described, what do you do next? What's your call to action? What do you want them to do in your mind? Thank you, Maginal. What in your mind is your call to action? I mean, what I like to do is, like Brenda also said, offer freebie. I want to invite them to my event. I want to offer insights or strategies on a call. These are the things I see people offering, unsolicited advice. I'm an expert and I can show you, I can teach you, I have these ideas, I can brainstorm with you, all of those things. I get those like plenty, and I'm going to show you one or two screenshots, really, and they're so bugging. Yeah, which is, Monica, that's the last part, expectation of what to happen next. Yes, you're right about that. You should not ever have the expectation, but then you have to have the strategy to know what is going to happen next, okay? But when you're making the first connection, people start offering their input. Even if they're qualified to do that, I don't want to hear anything from you. I don't know jack shit about you. Please don't mind my language, but please understand that's what people are thinking about us. So let's not do that. It's very, very important. So there's another thing, okay, even if they aren't, and I maintain the contact in a variety of ways. There's so many ways to keep contact, and I'll give you examples. So many ways to keep contact. Okay. Now this is a message I received 2 days ago. This, hey Himani, it is Seth. I like what you've. Okay, there's a grammatical error. What you're going on for you, I just saw. We became friends. I don't know why. Maybe my software sent them a friend request. I'm guessing. I thought we connect and say hi. Okay, that piece is fine. Nothing establishing themselves as an expert at all, which is what I'm trying to bring your attention to. You seem, okay, error. You're doing great with sales. Listen to this. He's complimenting me that I'm doing great with sales. Where are you located? Irrelevant, but all right. Are you open to new ways to get more clients? Is this guy out of his fucking mind? I'm great with sales and I'm open to new ways to get more clients. I get these all the damn time. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Matt. Piece, the number one problem, contrary, he's contradicting himself. Number two, if you don't mind me asking, the minute someone even says that, if you don't mind me, I'm like, he's going to sell something. And I mean, because I'm so seasoned to these scripts, because during my learning graph about on sales and everything sales, I worked with big names, okay, guys. But like, you know, as an example, I was once working with Marley Jacks, okay? If anybody knows who she is, she's a very, very big name. And one of the criteria was they grilled me. They made me go through her entire program, the 6-month program. They gave me 2 days or 3 days, and they were going to test me and check me if I got the program so that I could get on calls and talk to people and warm them up and move them towards their paid program. Okay. So which I did and I passed. The other piece that they made me do was they had this Cole Gordon. There's a guy, he's a eight-figure sales trainer, 8-figure sales trainer. According to them, he's like brilliant, the best, the god of teaching how to sell correctly to the coaching industry, provides setters and trainers. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, setters and closers, appointment closers to the industry. And he had a training that these people had access to, and I was made to go through that. And again, I was going to be quizzed. And I obviously had to watch it because I wanted to learn what they had to teach. It was a part of the mandate. But when I go through those trainings, I've been through all of that, okay? When you go through those trainings, of course, I passed it and I was working with her, but she's brilliant, but not the trainings. And what I learned is the things that we should not do. Honest to God, my biggest learning has been from all these bro marketing people and all these big names and 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure sales guys. I mean, I don't know why all of them are men in the first place, pretty much all of them. I have never understood why. And that's why maybe it's called bro marketing and not female oriented. Some word is being used for some strange reason. It is absolutely bro marketing. You don't want to do any of that. So I am telling you, these words are all from there. If you don't mind me asking, never use that. I might have few ideas. Bro, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for saying that, Matt. It really helps. I might have few ideas depending upon what you need. Have I asked him for his advice? Do I need help with sales? Has he found me on any post where I'm asking for help on sales or any of that related topic, anything around that? Has he established himself as the authority? Who is he to give me ideas in that space? Are you understanding what I'm saying? The minute he sends me this message or anything similar, my resistance is going up. Where are the two filters, the two lenses? Guys, you need to have a little chat about this. Really, really talk to me about your views on this. People, every script, when people say, oh, I'm giving you this lead magnet, you know, this script made me X amount of dollars, and everybody's like raising hands, there are like 120 people commenting on that post, and everybody wants that script because it's coming from Andrew Crazy, it's coming from Cole Gordon, it's coming from Jeremy Miner because it's coming from XYZ. Doesn't matter. They don't work for us. They don't work for us. You cannot even copy scripts because they work, the industries are different, their methodology is different. They are mostly geared towards cold calling. We don't do cold calling in our industry. We don't do cold calling. Do we pick up the phone and start calling up people randomly? Ever in the coaching industry? We don't. Okay, we don't sell insurance. We don't sell real estate. Books and summits, street, but I don't mind that. Oh, of course. I mean, I also don't mind that, but there's a way I reach out to new people all the time. My business is based off that. I'm not saying don't reach out. I'm saying don't use that terminology and that verbiage. Always establish yourself as the expert and always know how to keep the conversation moving to begin with. Make sense? Everybody. You see, when I was doing, I have done some speaking programs, stage speaking programs, not because I want to speak on stage. I'm very scared, very shy, very introvert, but that speaking skill set I realized was very important in the coaching industry that I'm in, to help me articulate what I want to say better and to help my message land and make you guys understand. So I've taken speaking programs for about 2 years from some really cool people. One of the things that I've learned from them, and I'm sharing it firsthand, is when people go on stage, you can pick up any name, any big name, biggest of names. When they go on stage and they talk, in that industry, when people spend money, buy tickets, fancy tickets, go on stage, my assumption is they know something about the speakers that they're signing up for, they're buying the ticket. The one thing you will never, ever see those speakers doing, the one thing you will never, ever see those speakers doing, I've learned it firsthand. They will never use the word, today, I'm here to teach you X, Y, Z. They will never, even if they're making $1 million a month, you can listen to anybody on YouTube. You have access to all of them. They will never say, I'm here to teach you whatever it is that they're showing up to teach you, even though they may be the authority in that space. Because the first thing when the audience listens to them, they're like, who the hell is he to teach me something? I know it. That's human psychology, guys. It's not ego. It's human psychology. You're shutting people down. Why do I make you raise your hands up? Why do I do all this stuff? Why do I raise the energy up always in my workshops? Learned all this from them because your body opens up, because your power to receive information goes up a lot. I try to raise the energy of the room. I try to raise the frequency of the room. So anybody like Alex who's into spiritual stuff and manifesting stuff, I am into that a lot. Yes. Receptive to hear more. Thank you, Kim. Absolutely. So that's why you do that. You never use the word teach. You always say the word share. I'm here to share with you. I'm here to show you. I'm here. Whatever it is that you're doing, right? But you never teach. So these guys, when they come and teach you something and they're not even an expert, they're not even an authority, then they're a nobody. I don't know them from Adams. I mean, who the hell? They are upping my resistance. Even if they were a good fit for me for something, they've already lost me because of that stupid first message, because they don't know how to craft it. I don't want you to be that person. I don't want you to be that person. Okay? And then the best, this is the best one. First, they will put out a post to share some lead magnet and you will raise your hands. I also raise hands because sometimes I like to learn from different people. So first you will raise your hands and they will share their lead magnet, come into your DMs. What are the 3 classic questions everybody asks you? Because they've been taught how to do that. Exactly. It's like cookie cutter. Same exact. Maybe I overreact sometimes because I know exactly what are they going to ask because I've studied all this. But if you guys see it like 20 times over, I think you guys also possibly will feel a little bit of edginess. First thing is, do you mind if I asked you a couple quick questions? I mean, who gave you the authority to? Did I ask you a question? Did I give you a feedback? I mean, you barely shared your lead magnet. I haven't even had the chance to click on it, go through it. You can come back the next day or the next day and ask me, hey, did you get a chance to go through that information? Would you have any questions for me? I'm happy to answer them. This is how I would answer. I would take care of you. Here they drop the link. Do you mind if I asked you a question? And they get into the probing mode. Do you see the difference, guys, between the 2 approaches? It's like they got the authority, acclaimed authority to start quizzing you. And there are always those 3 questions. What is your top challenge? What is your biggest struggle? What is your goal for the next 1 year? I'm like, move on, guys. I'm not here to share my yearly goal with you. Who are you? You're not my coach. I will only share it with my coach, my mentor, no one else. I won't share it with any one of you also. You see what I mean? It's very radical stuff I'm talking about. It's very important to kind of brainstorm, but it doesn't help. I'm saying if we should not do this, because if we do this, we've lost the right person also. just because we didn't know what to do better. Make sense, guys? So what should you say next? What will you say next? Because we said the conversation should keep moving. So my point here is when you start with a non-business message, you keep going round and round and round in circles. When you start with a non-business message that establishes you as an expert, you keep going round and round in circles, you waste a lot of time and you lose important potential people right in that message. Does that make sense, guys, with these examples? Any questions coming up? It's very important to understand. I'm going to tell you what I do. This is what I do while you can throw in your questions. Finding people who are already looking for the information that you're providing. I'm holding this DM workshop, this communication workshop, how to close more clients, how to increase your sales, all of that. Very important. So I will first find people who are looking for similar kind of information already somewhere on Facebook. When I say Facebook, I'm on Facebook, so Facebook. If you're somewhere else, then somewhere else. But I found all of you on Facebook, so I'm assuming you're all at least on Facebook, right? So finding people who are looking. So now you'll ask me, how do I do that? We use tools to do that. You can do it manually. You may choose not to do it, but then you keep going round and round doing that. How do you know what they're looking for? So if you post something, Alex, on Facebook, and if that is speaking to what I have something on offer, and people are raising hands and drooling over it, and they're like, okay, 100 people want that resource, whatever it is that you're offering, and it also speaks to my audience, I know that those people are looking for that information. We have tools where we can grab those people and start conversation. We're not stealing them. You can post fresh and generate new leads. You can look for previously posted leads, posts, grab people from there. I mean, not 100%, 100% everybody will be a yes, but then you start out on a very good note where at least there is an intention. They may not still like you. You still may not. Some people may just be freebie seekers, not do anything, may not be a good fit. That's fine. But at least there is a very strong base case there. The set point was really good. And then when you start out, you make everything about them, not about you. I teach this inside my mastermind all the time. Yeah, I mean, social media is, yeah, especially IGs like that. They just keep talking, hopping about themselves. It's nothing about the other people. The DMs, especially because you're connecting intimately one-on-one, very important to not even like the first thing I teach my people inside my programs, do not use the word I take away all of that from you. Of course, I help them write out the right scripts. We build them out, like 15 of them, 20 of them, whatever is needed. But first premise is do not use the word I. There's nothing about you. It's all about them. So how many of you here remember, how did I invite you for this workshop? Did you get a DM from me? Anybody can read out or can type out, okay, read out the first message that you received from me when I invited you to come for this workshop. Did I establish, and let's see if that passed off on the lenses of establishing myself as the expert and if I get the conversation going. Okay, so what I said is something on the lines of, hey, I saw you, I use some keywords throughout which bring down the resistance, which keep the conversation neutral, and I always make it about them. You will see me use the word you all the time in all my messaging, always. It's always you, not me, not I. I saw you looking for this information, possibly, I don't know. I don't want the resistance and question mark and like, okay, shut. It's always about your hands. Are they shut or are they open to receive and listen? The minute you get them to do this, you've lost them. It's human psychology. It's behavioral science. So I saw you, possibly you were looking out for this information. I don't even say which group and all and create all that ruckus. Oh, you're spamming me and this group and that. I don't care. You are there somewhere in the world of Facebook. Isn't that enough? So I saw you possibly looking out for this information on, how to increase conversions through messaging, direct messaging inside Facebook inbox. And so this workshop, which is the next logical thing, this workshop is coming up on XYZ, whatever I'm doing. These are the 3 benefits. You can do 5, 2, 3. I'm just saying These are the we will do, it'll help you, number one, number two, number three, it'll help you. It'll help you always show up as an expert and as a trusted authority in what you do right from the first message. It'll help you always land pre-sold buyers and aligned clients in the fastest and shortest span of time. And it'll show you everything in the middle that we do, right from tips, tricks, examples, templates, case studies. Would you be curious? Another keyword. Would you be it's very soft. It's no pitching. Would you be curious enough? Would you like to join in? Would you like us to send you an invite to join us? It's going to be a lot of fun. Imagine you're inviting someone for a barbecue party to your place. How would you do it? The word "would you like," this might be of I just thought this might be of interest to you. Would you like to check it out? Leave it in leave the ball in their court. It's so important how you frame that first message. And the minute, so now let's check out the two lenses. When I say it'll help you with 1, 2, 3, only an expert can talk about those things. Can all of you talk about those things? Can all of you have a conversation? I can have a 1-hour conversation workshop on just showing you how to establish yourself as an expert right from the first message. I've done it before. I've done that workshop before. Okay. If I say that I can show you that, do you think she knows something about something? Have I established myself as an expert without saying I am the sales queen and I'm this and I'm that and I'm the founder of this, that, and the other, and these are my accolades and I've spoken. I don't have to do any of that. This is the first time. Keep it very warm, subtle, simple. Yeah? Making sense, guys? So by just stating the benefits, I have established myself as the expert. My call to action is, would you like XYZ? They will have to respond. Have I kept the conversation going? Yes? Everybody's very quiet now. They're like, yeah, this turned around something for you. Something shifted? Something shifted for all of you. Anybody doing it the other way around? Thank you, all of you, for all the yeses that are coming up. Yeah, this was the call to action. I already did it. Here is the sign up link. If they said yes, it's for free and I would love for you to join in. That's it. That's plain and Jane. I mean, we do a lot of variations of this. I'm keeping it super, 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 super simple. I can write it in 20 different ways. So now after this message, if you get a no, most people who are qualified will keep moving. Those who reject, object, and they give you a no through an attitude, is that helpful? Is that not helpful? Will you get no's from these kind of messages? Until and unless that person is not a good fit. And if they're not a good fit, thank you, Kim. If they're not a good fit, is it helpful to let go of them so that you don't have to invest your time, energy in serving them? Yes? So what is the benefit of letting go of people? Next. Thank you, Rebecca. You're so right. Clearing space for those who are qualified and ready, because if we keep having a lot of people and we keep having that attachment, like all the spiritual coaches will talk about attachment and detachment. This is the same thing. Oh, I have an audience of 5,000 people. Oh, I have an audience of 20,000 people. I cannot let go. The point is your conversions are going down. And for you to reach out to all these people, thank you, Yodi, for you to reach out to all these people and stay on top of them and know what is going. I know my people. I won't say inside out, that will be an overstatement. The point is that I know my people quite all right, like on a one-on-one basis, because I show up for them. And the reason I'm able to show up for them is because I keep sifting out the people who do not take action. And I have very strong systems, not just tech systems, very strong structure in my business, which is what I teach you guys. Very strong step-by-step process that I move my people through, and they choose to keep falling off the grid, and which is good for me. So I can double down on the people who are moving with me. Make sense? Make sense, guys?
I was just mentioning to Majinal, that the way you have been talking about DMing is so different from what is actually happening or what I've been doing. I've generally been posting on Facebook groups and then taking the conversation in DMs. And it would always be, hi, thank you for your comment on my post, or, great to know that you're interested in sharing your story kind of messages. So, establishing yourself as an expert with the first message, now I'm like seeing that that's such a like an aha moment, but it hasn't really been shared. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you. So I feel this is the reason why almost 95% of the messages or comments for that matter underneath posts, they hit a dead end. There is no direction, like there's no GPS. You don't know what to do next. And that's why you lose those people, even if they were a good fit. Anyone felt like that before?
Yeah, wasn't even thinking about the comments on the post. Yeah, that is so obvious. It's just ridiculous.
Thank you for sharing that. Second thing is the first message that you share with your people, it is very, very powerful. Please listen to this twice. It either opens them up to your world for good or chases them away. That first message either opens them up or chases them away. Sorry for that typo there. Chases them away. And that's exactly why. Are you able to see the pattern? Even don't worry about, I don't know what to write and all of that. This is a skill set, needs to be developed, needs a lot of hand holding, needs a lot of support, needs a lot of, back and forth discussion based off your business and your flow and how, who are the people you are serving, what are you offering, what are your call to actions and all of that stuff. But but does it make sense here that first message is the key, and you should not ever start on a personal note if you don't know the person,
That makes sense. I remember working, one-on-one with this coach for the DMs, and at first he'd give to me what to say, and then as time went by, he was like, well, I think you can do it. And it's like, I didn't feel like he'd given me a framework that really made any sense to me that I could consistently operate from. It was like, really? Yeah, this makes sense.
Thank you.